Today, I am going to talk to you about a very important topic. And for me, personal development is something that cuts across. Akwadao, penyo. Yensua die enye wo wiase. Sebi the month of June, misatro exams. Ka obesi obi a okuta masters mienu, okuta doctorate. Osa ye chartered accountant denka. Sebi say sua de extra exams aye den. But the sua ho ye nye den, yensua nye den enwie. It's not for the purpose of the qualifications, but it's for the knowledge that we get and the skills that we add to ourselves. So first and foremost, the demystification I want to do here, what I want to demystify for most of us, is that you can't personal development. My young fan is say a how be anase bibia ye pese ye de to ye ho so. For that reason, no. You would not Let me tell you this simple thing. The illiterates of the 21st century, okay, are the people who refuse to learn, to unlearn, in order to relearn, which me attract to her. Omombe decided say they would not learn. So mbesua said the omunim no omube sesano, that is to unlearn in order to relearn. In other words, in addition beyond ma omoye IT, for example, a time will come when say the wesua no ne ye nyisu biem. Enti se ukosua A sharp nkwa a bedroom maybe ne at the foforo so ayden aba. And it means that the wesua say adapt you cannot move forward. I'm giving an example of a corporate world. I remember so well that a time comes when some peniphobia tsnaho ache. Oma ye juma no ache omotefa kosa. Omo ha ne young lady and a young gentleman be abba no abesa to the next near promoting. Because some of them believe they are born before computer. And you the computer basically they are bare for 4 and yoma. But na ye ma minimum unko school. Then could be catch us on which me a was up here. Because anka unjindi. And then my brother, then sorry, no fake news. I hold you show me now for the idea. I bring me. Say ye no crow, say ye no crow. What eh? Yes, it could do be about Bokum Haram for poison a fat tamale. Make sure you're careful, men do do, and so be a yenokwe. But what I'm just trying to say that these, our old folks, are even adapting to what? Technology. And now, ye menemu ina kasaya ye din komoyi. There are so many of us today. It will surprise you. Say newspaper, the Daily Graphic. Ye to biache. And so they are called a Tiffany and now for Koba in ano yete yehu because of social what media. Enti the personal development no angle na was ye na ye free ne say. Ewia se ha no usua adea na se okoso esua adea fa ne say ye value bi na ode ye den e kan ho. Fa ne say o level wa brabo no level number 3 de unim no number 3. Usia de ne de wo ko anim ko level number 4, level number 5. Nansen ne me namfo bi na ba na omo pejuma, omo pejuma enyoma nkoye na kwaso omo fa omo CV mrame. Mni omo nyina na classmates, ye wie first degree bepem ne no, omo nya hwenye den, enka omo abrabo ho. Wo de menka se koye another master's grad, but at least some courses be professional courses be attend some seminars. At the end of the day, such a person all recommending a kakra. So what I want you to look at in terms of personal development, and say, in this life, your viewpoint determines your point of view. And you can write it down. Your viewpoint determines your point of view. Sisi a mejina hai, me too many a me who KNUST. Not because a KNUST anyhow, KNUST ewo but my viewpoint, which is the angle from which I'm perceiving KNUST, I am physically, geographically limited to see KNUST from here. By virtue of the fact that me ban me fa KNUST de buy into many who KNUST into minim say impo se me fa many who I cannot see it. It does not nullify the existence of what? KNUST. It means KNUST is still there. That is an acquired knowledge I have. Irrespective of my current viewpoint, it still does not limit me. But obia, ni wiase nyinaa no ofri ahensan no ba kote. Ahensan no ba kote. Oka den fa KNUST ho a, the person cannot perceive it. Ontiasie, hunu, you can describe it. It is so be our own two kind that now describe what abrochrache no. Abroche no nimni na ye de hunu ofim no. Enti ohun se abroche so hia fo bi eden ewo ho. The name say US they call how to say heaven. But there are very poor people there. So the point in here is that each time you move a step further into developing yourself, okay, what you are actually doing is that you are enhancing your perception. You are enhancing your way of seeing things. You are increasing your ability to comprehend. You are increasing your ability to eventually add value to the problems around you. Let's be honest with ourselves. Omo designing this stand here, what's it called? What's the name? This thing? Roll up, something like that. Roll up, good. So those who designed this, imagine say, yeah, I'll be a graphic designer. No matter how you want this to be done, so obi anim ya yen to me ana. So one thing that you need to do in your personal development, first and foremost, hunu say it is a continuous development. Make sure say at least for nothing at all, there be every 3 days, every week, you are reading something that adds value to yourself. So personal development has to be intentional. It doesn't just happen. And then I'll be honest with you, one of the women I'm so proud of, a lady who worked in a KNUST as a cleaner. When I traveled out of the country, maybe back, she was in administration. In other words, or paper, a form, a year. I know who say me to me koye course we ye diploma we into all year jumana no ye diploma no. All year na no koye top up no nya degree. Into koye secretariat course we and then or the year no dubenya degree. Then vacancy be by no apply, no more far no. And then she's even done a master's. This is a woman and can naturally, can be a level SSO on going to mean Andrew. One of the key gentlemen I know who helped with the COVID program and especially the testing. This guy is what they used to call COFOR nurses, those who used to wear the pink uniform. So those people are basically supposed to clean and help the doctors and the nurses, the main nurses. Now this guy, through adding value to himself, and then became the main focal person for COVID testing in the whole of Ashanti region. So what am I trying to say? Say obia na only background impo etumi di bikan ho etumi achieve bibia. Then you who already have an SHS qualification, a JHS qualification, wa usua dia nya first degree, wa uyesen, then it means that nothing is actually impossible for you. And first and foremost, Mame Mountia say, you don't have to be an intelligent person to personally develop yourself. To be able to pass the exams, you don't need to get 100 out of 100. You don't even need to get 90%, right? You just need to pass. And if you pass, you can move on. So if you are even a smart person, then you work towards becoming an A student, like an A zone network. So personal development is something that in two ways I want you to put it down. You have to be intentional with personal development. In other words, you can live your life by default or you can live your life by design. When I say that you are living your life by default, it means you are allowing things to just happen. And then on planning with day, it's not unim dear way. What do you want to be in the next 2 years, in the next 5 years, in the next 10 years, in the next 20 years? Unim, you have no plan. And if you don't have any plan, how can you have an action plan? And if you don't have any action plan, how can you have actions? And if you don't have any action, how are you going to evaluate your progress? Let me tell you something. To the man who is going nowhere, every place is a destination. Sesi a mene mo kasa yi. Se me pese me ko KNUST. Ne KNUST na mpese me ko no. Minim se KNUST na mpese me ko obusa me also me ko baby. Taxi driver na na trotro no odi mbedru KNUST odi mbetwam ana meboa. Because minim baby am here dey me ko. But if I know exactly where I am going, minye dru ho a mehu se my den, medru se minimum pa. Omo ameni omo ko no yedru ombeka se oh aha na opese okọ aha ni KNUST. Yatna trotro mu da right? Yakọ baby or taxi, okọ baby or nimo, but unim baby okọ no edin no. Ntu ka tre mate na ka tre trotro driver na ka tre taxi driver and say me patro me ko genius. Into unim genius kwana odru hon ma obesi woden genius. What you have to do is say it does not happen by chance. For you to become a better person, it doesn't happen by chance. And then MC Frere all come profile all can say it looks as if say it just happened overnight. No, it didn't. It didn't happen overnight. In 1998, I was writing my plans. In 2003, I was writing my plans. In 2010, 2020, 2021. And now, I'm 30 years, I can tell you. I have a plan for 30 years. I have a plan for 50 years. I have a plan for 10 years. I have a plan for 2 years. I have a plan for the month of July. My whole life is lived by design. And then, programs are lined up. Because I have to go somewhere. That's just a joke. In other words, I've lined up my things and I know what I'm doing and where I'm going. And see what I want to tell you, Mami, Papa, Minya, Ba, Minya, Bema, is that you cannot live your life to chance. Say Nyoma ABC or Abrabum. Personal development is a deliberate action that you take. So let me tell you something. If you want to be a good leader, then it means that you have to start reading good what? Books. The reason why Dr. Duah has painstakingly, I write books. By the way, I write books. I've not launched any of them yet. I'll launch mine probably in December. And anybody who writes books will tell you it is not an easy task. And now, I told him, I worked from 8 a.m. to 6 a.m. Mendai, the whole night, Mendai. I have not slept the whole night. God is my witness. I stand in the temple of the Lord. Mendai, the whole night. 6 a.m., around 6:30, I'm saying, Menda Kakra. By 8 o'clock, I'm saying, Mamin prepare na memraha. I have slept barely 2 hours today. I didn't be nankayepe. But the fact of the matter is that if you're a man on a journey, you never would be complacent of kakra will achieve you. Let me tell you, when I come here, there are only a few people with the attribute or title doctor here. But if you move into academia, there are so many doctors, there are so professors, there are professors. And now they are even emeritus. Obia on a level. I hope you are getting it. So at one place, you are Oga. At another place, Unyobia. And if you are a man of vision, then personal development is the way to go. Let me tell you something. There are a lot of things, especially to the young people. There are so many things that we do not teach at school. And that is one of the reasons why A-Zone is doing well. Recently, I did a financial master class with A-Zone. We did it through the Zoom. And some of the things that we're teaching about money, the value of money, we don't teach them at school. In school, you bet your money in economics. We'll talk to you about the functions of money. We'll talk to you about the properties of money. But nobody will talk to you about the principles of money. Nobody will tell you about wealth creation or wealth accumulation. Nobody will talk to you about wealth velocity or wealth acceleration. Nobody will explain all these things to you. A kwan ben so ne faso enye sika. A kwan ben so ne faso espendi sika. A kwan ben so ne faso etu anamon. E de na metumi aye se maami ana papa ma madwuma no akonkan. Some of these things are not even taught at school. So you yourself you have to take deliberate actions in order to get there. So the first point I want you to make and write in your notes is that you cannot go anywhere that you have not determined in the first place. So first and foremost, you have to determine your destination. Also, this is the level I want to reach in life. Abrabono, I was set a certain target for yourself. There is this popular saying. It says, shoot for the sun. Shoot for it. If you miss it, you land among what? The stars. Okay, until they shoot for something. And then, maminya margin say, me true me ka me focus pa yese me ko konongo me nante ako konongo. As long as konongo is my focus, men nante at least I just the metrim. Se men drew konongo kra na I'll get closer. But if I set my target to me ko bwedi heya, se si enu me drew. If you set easy targets for yourself, you reach it. But you didn't go far in life. And then young people now, I'm being honest with you. My son, I have only boys. I have 3 boys. My babako 5 years. And he was like, yesterday when the car said, Daddy, I have an idea. Oh, I could have 5 years. Oh, catch up, Papa said, I have an idea. Me, Misa, we didn't know those things. And the idea he has, I was just listening to him. And I'm wondering, Jesus, were we talking like this? I bought him a car, a small car, a race car. Daddy, have you found my car? I said, no. My car has an engine with a strong horsepower. It's 4-wheel drive. Is this? Oh, church, no more. Me horsepower, cry because I'm moving. I can't horsepower cry in car. You don't know. And a 5-year kid. He picks my phone and he can do everything on it. He picks the computer, he can do everything. By 6-7 years, I'll be teaching programming and coding and stuff. The world we are moving in, so what am I when I'm being honest with you. I worked in banking for about 10 years. I've worked in France, I've worked in Morocco, I've worked in Ghana before I moved into academia. And I'll be honest with you, last 2020, entry level for EcoBank, they were asking for masters. Among folk with a certificate or Ghana to the extent say one here back a first degree graduate, it would not even be an option for you. The world is getting competitive. Let me tell you, it's getting what? Competitive. And now who do certificate to obisu den dia bede? People are learning. People are building themselves. So personal development should not be an option for you, young lady. It should not be an option for you, young man. You need to determine where you want to go. Set that goal for yourself. Say, ahana me pese mi drew ewa brabom. And don't set a low what? Target. Mama example. Men set this here. Okay? Set a very tough target. At least you get close. Hello? Hello? The second thing in life is this. They tell you that if you want to go fast, it's an African proverb. If you want to go fast, go alone. But if you want to go far, you should do what? Go with somebody. In our part of our world, okay, in our part of our world, personal development has become a bane. The most important thing is that just plan it, okay? Make sure that you set targets that are way above what your peers and people are trying to do. Don't do it alone. You can never survive with time. You need to be part of a group like A Zone. You need people that will join forces with you. People are crime. The people you surround yourself with. For me, I keep telling people, show me your friends, and I can easily predict what's your character. The very people, when somebody sends me a Facebook request, for example, the first thing I check are who are your friends. I check your friends before I even check your posting. I check who are your friends. Mekohene Saka, what boy is being malam, this uncle I will not even mind you. Those lotto agents, I will not even mind you. If I come to you and I look at the caliber of friends you have, then I'll check what you are posting there. If what you are posting there is something that is, then I'll look at it, then I'll accept the friend's request. I hope you are getting it. So the second thing is that you should know that you cannot achieve it alone. The third most important thing about personal development is the fact that know that every single human being who does not make the progress towards adding value, automatically with time you are becoming obsolete. Obsolete in the sense that or skills, okay? You have to do everything to catch up with modern technology. You have to do everything to now. Say, what technology as you, so technology as you. You have to learn how to do virtual conferencing. So, some of the classes due to COVID were done. A-Zone, most of the programs I did with A-Zone were all done online. So I think today the focus should be more on the book. So I wouldn't want to waste too much of your time. But what I just want to tell you and to have it at the back of your mind is that make sure that your personal development is a key goal for you and that you are always working to get better. For me, I never stop working. And I'll keep working. I'll keep getting better. Because let me tell you, when somebody, the blessings that you have today should not be the same testimonies you'll be sharing